State of Virginia is in the process of state elections this year. The woman running for governor, former Marine, yes, I will say former Marine. You have a CIA, somebody from the CIA. You listen to all these former CIA people and you tell me if you really want to vote for Abigail Spanberger. But Virginia Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears, former Marine, has a lot of press saying that her campaign is having problems. Oh, she replaced her uh, campaign manager. Well, you know, maybe that manager didn't was outclassed, and they found this out. She's been raising money. Okay, she doesn't have the out of state funds coming in like Spanberger does. But let me tell you something. Listen to this woman in this recording. You will find somebody who is not panicking, who is acting like a Marine would when it comes to getting the message out. And you tell me after you listen to this woman that you wouldn't want this woman, whether she's woman or male, for that matter. I don't care that okay, she would be the first woman governor. She would be the first black woman governor. Ooh, that hits all the liberal talking points, but she's not a DEI person. This is somebody who was a Marine. In other words, she was a Marine at a time that there was no DEI. She was a Marine at a time when no matter who went in, we were all treated like garbage. And she has been an excellent lieutenant governor. So let's listen to her interview. It's about 8 minutes long here. And you tell me if this sounds like somebody that's in a panic because she's a little bit down right now.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking about the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
There are two off-year governor's races this year. Both will be kind of closely watched as potential barometers of national moods about President Trump and Democrats heading into next year's midterms. Virginia hosts one of those races, New Jersey the other. In Virginia, Republicans appear worried about their prospects. A Virginia Commonwealth University poll released last week showed Democratic gubernatorial nominee Abigail Spanberger with a double-digit lead over Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears, who recently joined me here on The Takeout. My audience doesn't know you very well. You're already a historic figure in Virginia Republican politics, and you might become even more historic if you become the first African-American woman governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Tell my audience a little bit about you and why you should be the next governor.
Yes, so I'm running for, well, first of all, where are my manners? Thank you so very much, Major, for having me. And to your audience, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, I guess. Thank you so much for, again, having me. I am running to be governor of our great Commonwealth because we must preserve all of the great successes that we have attained. I'm talking about record numbers and people working. I'm talking about mental health and all that we've done in that space, putting money towards ensuring that some of our most vulnerable in Virginia have the ability to get the help that they need. And I'm talking about ensuring that we are safe and secure. We must maintain our police force, our law enforcement, Department of Corrections personnel. And education, as you may know, is a big deal with me. It's what brought my dad out of poverty when he came here to America in '63 with only $1.75. And it's what lifted me and will lift all of us, and our children will have a hope and a future with a good education.
Will you be running on the Youngkin agenda or the Trump agenda?
Well, I'm running on the wonderful successes that we have attained. And let me tell you who else is running on our Youngkin-Sears administration successes. My opponent, because she told a group of 500 members of the Virginia State Chamber of Commerce that she is going to continue our economic successes, except that my opponent was nowhere near any of that. I mean, you probably just heard that AstraZeneca is coming to Virginia, and it's because they see business-friendly policies that will help create jobs, and so they want to come here. That's why the Virginians, I'm asking to please send me back as your governor. I am here ready, willing, and ready to serve. I don't need OJT.
So Politico recently ran a story that had this headline, Madam Lieutenant Governor: Republicans are panicking over the Virginia governor's race. It went on to describe your opponent, Abigail Spanberger, the Democratic nominee, having a sizable lead, donations not coming in nearly as fast as Republicans expect them to or believe they need to. Are you panicking about the state of your campaign? Should other Republicans?
You know what I would hope that the press would do is not take sides, because half of what was written was a lie. For example, in the second quarter, I have raised more money historically than any Republican ever has, and that's adjusting for inflation. But is that the story that the newspaper wrote? No, it wasn't. It was something that, of course, was geared towards making my opponent look much better. I raised $6 million. That article said I raised $2 million. And then it talked about the polls, which said I am down by, what, double digits? I am not. And just take it from my opponent, who has said that this race is a toss-up. And so for some reason, the newspapers and other media decided to write a different story. Look, none of us are panicking. We are going to win. Our internals are showing that this is also, as my opponent said, a neck-and-neck race, and that's after she had been hitting me with just about everything she could, and it caused me to be down 6 points in January. Well, we're back up, so she's out of whatever argument she has, and that's okay, because this is a movement we're going to win. We must bring the House of Delegates back in. We must win our Attorney General, wonderful Attorney General, Jason Miyares, and our Lieutenant Gubernatorial candidate, who's going to take my place, John Reed.
It has been reported, and since you have taken issue with some of the other reporting, I want to give you a chance, if this is incorrect, that you replaced your campaign manager recently. Is that true? And if so, why?
Well, we move people around all the time, and my campaign is not any different. All campaigns do that, and so this is not anything that's so special. And so what we know is we have all the right ideas. And what are the ideas I'm focusing on? Are the children learning? Number one. Number two, are we safe and secure in our neighborhoods? I mean, we just found the number 3 MS-13 leader here in Virginia. My opponent, of course, voted for sanctuary cities and voted against the Lake and Riley Act, which simply says if you're criminally, illegally here, you've got to go home. And then number 3, are jobs being created? And so we've gotten rid of over 89,000 different job-killing pieces of regulations, and we're going to keep making sure that there's more money in your pocket. We have returned $9 billion of the taxpayers' hard-earned money to them. These are the successes that I am running on, and we're going to continue them with me.
Madam Lieutenant Governor, President Trump has yet to endorse your campaign. Can you win without a Trump endorsement?
We are winning because we, again, have the right ideas, and the president wants to win. Once we know that, well, we're bringing all the right information to the voters. We are going to get rid of the car tax. It's time, and we have the money to do that. We had put it in the budget this year, and the Democrats, unfortunately, said no. We are wanting to make sure that businesses we have mega site pads ready and other sizes when businesses want to come, and the Democrats, well, poo-pooed some of that. I mean, look, we have the right message. That's what counts.
And in your list of accomplishments, I did not hear you mention Department of Government efficiency. There have been a lot of cuts to the federal workforce. The federal workforce lives and breathes and operates in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Do you embrace all of the Department of Government efficiency cuts, especially those that have influenced and possibly harmed those in the Commonwealth?
What we know is that we don't want anyone to lose their jobs. And I'm going to raise my hand and say I know myself what that feels like. And what we have done to prepare for job losses is to ensure that there are jobs available. And I'd like every Virginian to go to virginiahasjobs.com, because we have created over 250,000 jobs. In fact, those are job openings that are paying very high salaries. We have also endeavored to, since our election, we have created over 15,000 new business startups. These businesses never have existed. And we're telling just about anybody, really, who wants to come back into the job market that we have money that we've allocated. I believe it's $400 million for child care. And we have, if you want a different type of a job, we will train you. If you want to become an entrepreneur, we will help you. So we are prepared in Virginia. I had my own small business, and we were doing quite fine until we had a former Democratic governor who decided to shut everything down. We're not going back in Virginia. We're going ever forward. That's all I know. I'm a Marine, and we know how to do this.
Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earle-Sears, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, I am not a major fan of the Virginia GOP, but let me tell you something. Knowing that I could have a Marine as my governor, I could care less about gender. I could care less about skin color. Why? Because she was a Marine. She wasn't a Marine during the DEI era. She was a Marine during some of the times when, hey, we all look at each other as garbage. We all thought of each other as brother and sister. We didn't give a care about skin color. And let me tell you something. This is a woman that wouldn't care about skin color either. And I don't want somebody who was part of the CIA. Seriously, if you want to truly hear how crazy the CIA is, you take a listen to these folks that are now coming out that, oh, I'm a former CIA person. And you listen to the stories that they tell, and you tell me if you really want somebody like that as governor of any state. I could care less if it's just Virginia. I'm going to vote for Sears for the simple fact of that, hey, she's a Marine, and she's got good talking points. She's actually proven herself, and she comes across far better than somebody going around, oh, I had a firearm. I know what it's like, and I walked the halls of Langley. Get out of here with that mess. This is the person that you want to vote for is Winsome Earle-Sears. Why? Because I'll go for any Marine getting up there. And hey, hit like and subscribe. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.